Last time we left off with this thing not running quite right, but we have replaced the crankshaft seals. So we do have a good base for us to continue building upon. Whereas before we were just fighting against those bad crankshaft seals all the time. So essentially last time it wouldn't run correctly because it was constantly running rich and there's too much fuel going into the engine. This like carburetor adjustment, I actually had to remove this, get the carbs unbolted so I could actually get to the screws. Leaned out the bottoms and the tops. So leaned out the bottom maybe about 1/4 of a turn and leaned out the top like 1/8 of a turn. And when I say bottom and top, I mean low speed, high speed, or pilots and mains, whatever. Here's how it's running on the hose. Ran it several times trying to tune it with carb adjustments, and it's always running rich at an idle. So I've got the carburetors removed and we're gonna open them up and see if there's something wrong inside. I know this is kind of goofy looking, but that's sort of a holdover from when I was running dual fuel lines. So right now, or not right now, but like, you know, putting this back together would be a good time for me to clean this up a little bit. And but yeah, I'm gonna open these up and see if there's something wrong inside of these. And the way these keihin carbs are set up, it has a fuel pump on this side and a fuel pump on this side. The center does not have a fuel pump, and so one takes fuel from both of the carburetors, or both of the fuel pumps, and then returns it to the tank. So yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if we're gonna find like a needle that's like wide open, or you know, like the fuel thing or whatever. So I've removed the plates from all 3 carburetors, and basically I was wondering if maybe one of the fuel needles was sticking or something and just drowning a carbon fuel, but I can check that by just opening. Alright, here's my way of seeing if they were sticking or whatever, if there was something stuck in them. I can just push down on my finger and it drains it out. Which means that it wasn't draining out before. There's nothing stuck in there. I'm just going to inspect everything, and we'll probably make an adjustment on the low speeds and the high speeds. I'll figure out what they're set at, and I'm going to set them to whatever the factory spec is for these things. I'm going to go ahead and check all my jet sizes and make sure I don't have any just stupid huge jets in this thing. I am checking the jets in these keihin carbs, and I've already checked these 2, and I'm literally writing everything down on paper. I checked the adjustments already, and then I set them back to the factory setup. They're a little bit off from what factory is, but I have all written down what they were and what they are set at now. I'm writing down what all the little jets are. So far, all the pilots, which is this one on this side, have been 78. I do need to write that down. make sure my stuff doesn't fall out back here. Here's the main jet, or the high-speed jet, whatever you want to call it. And it is a 115. Very unusual. I had a 105, a 110, and a 115 on the mains, so really quite odd. I gotta look up what the jetting is supposed to be, and then I can reassemble from there. Finally was able to look up my setup here, my specification, and I was looking it up for CXI 900 because these are 900 carbs, and I found out that all this is correct except for I have the rear and the front mixed up. That's it. So now we're correct. It was just where the 110 and the 115 was. So now I gotta write down that I swapped them out. We're gonna put it all back together. Didn't have enough time to run this thing last night, so it's the next day here. Just trying to get this thing running. Obviously it was too rich, so we're testing out the modifications that I made to it. Cleaned up the fuel lines and everything a little bit, so it's not so complicated. Just one fuel filter in the line down there. I don't know if I went over this, but there was two filters on the line and one of them actually was leaking, so I'm not sure how, but somehow that could, it wasn't good, and I'm not sure, but maybe it could have been contributing to the issues that would actually make it be kind of lean. So I mean, it was actually sucking air into it is what it was doing. But let's see how it runs today. Initially, the idle was super high. Hopefully it'll restart. It seems pretty good. I had to adjust the idle a bit. It was idling way high, but obviously we're a little bit different setup on the carbs. It stopped running there the first time because I actually had to switch the gas over to reserve. Like, there's literally no fuel going through the line, and after we started, it ran a little bit and just stopped. So I switched it to reserve and it started back up. Oh, got my life jacket pre-wetted. Right. That's good. Put them on wet. Oh yeah. A little more jet boat action for you. I don't even know what to say. We're literally just gonna see what happens. You guys saw me tuning it quite a bit. I think you would have seen me tune it quite a bit on the hose. Not sure how much of that I recorded, but I did do a lot of tuning to just try to get it to be more better at running. I'm sure it will start right up. noticed that we were having some runnability issues at the end. It was overheating. Well, we're carrying a lot of extra water right now, and sometimes that contributes to that kind of a problem. The flush thing has disappeared. So when we're running, it's shooting water in there for sure. So if I can find that, hose clamp it back on, pump all this water out, we'll give it another try. I'm hoping that everything's okay as far as our tune and whatnot. I mean, you guys saw we were absolutely flying at one point there. It was just nutty fast. Okay, got that reinstalled. I don't want to run the builds while it's not running because I don't want to just kill my battery. It probably would be okay, but this does have a good battery in it. No sense in just wasting the battery. I can idle around a bit and get all the water out. And my plan at this point is get all the water out, see how she runs. If it's running super fast like that again, then I'm gonna go get my helmet. I mean, holy cow, that thing is wildly fast. Maybe it just feels fast, but holy cow, certainly not faster than, like, I don't know, it just feels fast. Wasn't running properly at the end there, and that is just because it's running rich and it's fouling the spark plugs. So we're gonna have to dig into this a little bit more and figure out why it's running so rich, and we can't just get away from this crazy rich running scenario that we're having on this thing. But if you do need some parts for your jet ski, make sure to check out vintagejetski.com. They got parts for the older Yamaha and Kawasaki skis, basically 95 and older Yamaha and Kawasaki. Check them out. We got a deal going with them. Use promo code Jetskibrothers for 5% off your order at vintagejetski.com. We got more miniature jet boat action coming up very soon, so make sure to stick with us because we're going to be doing more with this mini jet boat.